Okay, so this is rolls 220, and this is the supportive op roll. So you're probably going to be playing more of a supportive role in the game. You're going to be throwing nades, you're not going to be going for these entry frags all the time, at least. Obviously, the roles are fluid, so let's say dust 2 T side, you get the long spawn. Obviously, you're going to be going for the long pick. You're not going to be playing the supportive role, holding mid, but a lot of rounds you will be playing the supportive role and holding mid control, then pushing down mid, and then trying to get bottom mid control. So pretty much the purpose is to create space around the map. You're really, by taking an angle and holding it, you're actually creating a whole area where they can't come, where CDs can't come, or else you'll shoot them. And so it creates a huge amount of space around the map and helps with map control. So you're going to be throwing grenades to help the entries take map control. So maybe a pop flash, maybe a smoke, perhaps a molly. And then you're going to be getting picks on enemies flanking and or trades on site. So especially since, for whatever reason, your awareness seems to be really good. You seem to always know when to turn around. Make sure you get those kills on the flank. And or trades on site. So trades on site is pretty much going to be the last resort if all three players just die on site, because there's going to be a first entry, second entry, and then a follow-up / support, all going to be going out. If they all die somehow, then it's kind of on you to get the trade. That's worst case scenario. That's if they really just don't do their job. So the goals is pretty much lock down middle control on most rounds. Middle is pretty vital on a lot of maps. Obviously there are some maps where it's less vital. But like Dust 2, for example, you're going to be really wanting to focus on holding mid control, getting mid control, challenging the op mid if they're holding one, whether it be a double peek, you peek cat, and then a entry fragger peeks lower doors so that you're both peeking at the same time. You can't shoot both of you, obviously, so somebody's going to get that kill. And then also throw a sufficient amount of utility to support the second entry. So the follow-up / support is going to be throwing the utility for the first entry. Then the second entry, you're going to be throwing the utility for them. That'll make more sense when we're in game. Pretty much we're just shifting up, so you'll be in middle, the three players will be towards one site. The first entry will get flashed in by the follow-up / support, in this case Dylan. And then Matthew will go up. Matthew will be the second entry. Then he'll move up as Harry's clearing angles. Matthew will go up, then Dylan will move up to be able to trade Matthew. If Matthew dies, trading Harry. Then you'll be throwing nades for Matthew, and then after Matthew pushes up, Dylan will be pushing up, and then you'll be holding the flank. So that's pretty much how it'll work. Specific practice methods. Lots of op deathmatch, obviously. It's really helpful. And then grenade practice maps, specifically pop flashes. And so that's going to be like your biggest utility is going to be pop flashes, trying to flash people into places, making sure you're not obviously blinding the entries, but the entries need to know where these pop flashes are landing, so when they should turn away, when they shouldn't, etc., etc. Lots of communication involved there. And that's pretty much an overview. Throughout this week, we'll be going over pretty much the ins and outs of all of these bullet points.